Thanks for having me.
Well,
Hmm.
Liz is going to give us some great tips on how to get our bodies fit and firm and, really being able to tap into, another side of happiness because it's not just mind, it's mind, body, and soul that you
That's
need to
right.
be in alignment for you to be your happiest self. I
God,
mean,
I have a big question on that one. What would you do, Liz, on getting somebody to consistently do this? Wake up and be consistent. Just be consistent. Most people walk out of the room when they think they have to be consistent because that's the farthest thing from them in their minds.
Right. What they have to do, and what I encourage all of my clients and friends that ask, is to focus on the end result and see them in that spot
Mm.
daily. Every morning you wake up and you think about, where do I want to be, and am I where I want to be? And if not, then you envision yourself in that spot. So let's say I want to be 50 pounds lighter, then I make it a reality in my head. And if it's a reality in my head, then I already know the steps that I'm going to have to take today to make it a reality in the physical.
yes.
A lot of people don't go that far, though. They
You're
they
right. They
can't.
have to be pushed.
They just won't do it. They won't go there.
Right. And you can't make somebody change that doesn't want to change. But if you have somebody that knows what they want, even if it's not a clear picture, if they have an idea, then you can help them gather their thoughts and come to a clear goal, which is one of the things. One of my fitness tips is making sure that you have clear, attainable, measurable goals. Because if you don't, then you're just kind of wandering. And when you wander, you
Mm.
don't have a clear path and you don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I wrote a piece the other day called Drive. And in that, I said you have to have a clear vision in order to develop your drive. It's the road to success. So you're gonna keep having different stops on that road, no matter whether it's physically, business, whatever your success you're moving for. You have to know where you're going way in
Right.
advance. You have to see the end result. I remember hearing, I can't remember the name of the bodybuilder, but one of the bodybuilders, what they did was they took a silhouette of themselves and they drew the kind of body that they wanted
Wow.
to have, and they built into that body and they became a world champion. I'm gonna remember. I'm gonna look that up. But
Is it Kai Green?
huh?
Was it Kai Green?
No, no, it was an older guy.
Okay.
But yeah. Um, but it can be done. Vision. So Liz, give us. I know you had something special for us. So what do you have for us today?
You're there. You're
Here I
still
am.
here. Yeah. You're just a little bit of glitching, but not much.
I'm back. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You're good though.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah. Because we all glitch over a little bit once in a
right.
while, but yeah. So it's not. It's I think it's pretty awesome technology if you ask me.
Absolutely.
We all have to do is wait. I feel like a second, and
Right.
it's good.
Helps our patience level too, right?
It does, doesn't it? We always want something to happen really quick. That's one of my things. Is like, come on, it's like how fast can things happen, and how quickly can we leverage ourselves in order to make something happen.
Right.
But this is more on a personal level that you're talking about, and creating that goal and that vision and embedding that vision in our minds and in our way of being is pretty powerful.
Right. Yeah, and even if, I mean, you have your destination, like Paz was talking about, you know the next step to take. And even if your final destination changes, you're at least taking a step in the right direction. You're not just wandering around pointless.
Mm-hmm.
So what
It's
what can
true.
you lead us through right now, Liz?
Okay, so what I want to help you guys with is the things that I struggled with when I was when I was going through my weight loss journey. I said I wanted to lose weight. That's it. So technically, after I lost a pound, I had already lost weight, right? And so I could say that my goal was accomplished. But once I realized that I needed specific goals, so I set my goal of losing 100 pounds. So I knew a specific number. And for every is getting an accountability partner, whether it's just writing in a food journal so that you hold yourself accountable, or an actual other person that's going to hold you accountable. Having somebody to bounce ideas off of, even if it's you writing it on a piece of paper and you analyzing your nutrition and you writing down your workouts, having a workout log, just being able to know that you are doing what you said you're going to do. It doesn't mean that you don't have bad days. Everybody has the challenging days, but being able to know that you're taking steps in the right path. And then obviously the most important and the most challenging one is just to get started, because I know I talked to several people and they're like, well, I just have so far to go. And they talk themselves out of getting started. I have 200 pounds to go. And I commit to a day or two and I don't see any results, so I'm going to stop. You have to commit to yourself, and you have to commit sometime, even if it's just a week or two. If you fully jump in wholeheartedly with 2 weeks, you're going to see a difference. Even if you're just going to walk, if you're not lifting any weights, let's say you have 200 pounds to lose. If you're just walking outside for 5 or 10 minutes, you're starting somewhere. Everybody has a starting point. So just start from where you are and go from there.
That's really good.
That's a lot of times I would start and I would get discouraged. I would think, well, I have so far to go and all these other people are already where I want to be. It's just pointless. But it just takes one step a day to get to the top of a mountain, right?
Yeah.
One step at a time and you'll get there. You'll conquer it. You just got to keep stepping. And one of the most important things is to make sure you have fun.
And how could we have fun losing weight?
It's always fun.
Besides the fact, I lost 5 pounds this week. Yay! Nah.
Right. But look, you can have fun when you're in the kitchen. You can have fun at the gym. A lot of people like to take group classes. And so like a Zumba class or something that's going to challenge them, but they can take a friend with them. Or even if it's just going to take a walk and get fresh air. Anything that's fun and enjoyable, help you clear your mind. The other thing that I love is because I love cooking. So, and growing up, that's all I did. Like I was in the kitchen with my grandma all the time. And so what I challenged myself to do was make the same things, but adjust the recipes so they're healthy. So even my blueberry pie, I can make my grandma's blueberry pie. I just switch up the crust. The crust is made out of almond meal and coconut oil instead of the flaky, high-calorie crust that has all the butter in it.
There's a different way of cooking.
Switch out some stevia.
So then that's a creating of happiness right there, because you've created something a little different.
Give up my sweet tooth.
Right, absolutely. You don't have to stop anything 100%. A lot of people are like, well, I love sweets. That's fine. I love sweets too. I love food. Me and food are so tight, it is not even funny. But guess what? I get to eat 5-6 times a day now. So just as long as I'm creative with my food and I make small adjustments, I can have whatever I want.
So even in...
So what are some of the... you said 5 times a day. You think that the best... maybe I need to start eating 5 times a day. I don't know.
I would recommend it.
How do you schedule that? How would you give someone like 5 times a day?
Depending on like when they wake up and everything. I usually eat first thing in the morning, but I'd recommend eating within the first hour of being up so that you can jumpstart your metabolism. And then from there, eating every 3 to 4 hours. And depending on your body, you could eat 2 to 3 hours, but just making sure that you're having small meals all the time is going to constantly be feeding your body so that your body isn't relying on your fat to eat. So it's not going to hold on to what you already have. It's going to feed off of what you're taking into your body. So your body is going to start trusting you to feed it, and that way it can burn what it already has on. Now, Paz, you're trying to put on weight, right?
I don't know if that's ever gonna happen. My metabolism's amazing.
Well, eating is not necessarily going to make, if your metabolism is already there, that's fine. That means that since your metabolism is already burning all those calories, you intaking more calories is going to slow down the burning process, right? So not necessarily for you to gain fat. It just depends on what you're eating. But you constantly feeding your body is going to take into account that metabolism and allow you to make positive gains.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense.
Isn't it exciting?
Yeah, like I've been trying to gain. I still remember in college, like I said, they had a nutritionist. Everybody they hired him. Poor guy lost his job messing with me. You know, my metabolism was so high. I gained 1 pound in 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah, and then they tell you everything.
And how often were you eating?
I can't remember. I was like 19 at the time. But yeah. They had me doing all kinds of things, taking supplements, all kinds of things. It just didn't work for
me. Right. How did you feel physically?
Didn't change, because the only thing I hated was lifting weights, because I'm a calisthenics guy. So like I'll do 200 push-ups, I'll do 400 pull-ups and be good. They wanted me lifting weights, and I hated that. But outside of that, I felt like weights made me slower. I like the flexibility of the muscle that you have with doing calisthenics.
Have you ever thought about adding weights into calisthenics?
Oh yeah, like sometimes when I do pull-ups, I'll do pull-ups with my kids on my back, or push-ups with my kids on my back. They love that. So that's how I get to switch it up a little bit. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that should help too. That'll help you gain some mass, but still keep your cardio up, heart rate up, and everything.
For me personally, all I do is get more depth. I don't, when I'm actually on it, I don't gain any weight. Like you'll just see the little muscles just show up a little bit more.
I'm sure we can find a way to make some adjustments and get that working.
I just laugh. Because I still remember they're like, yeah, when you turn 25, you're gonna gain weight. When you turn 30, you're gonna gain weight. Every 5 years they told me I was supposed to gain some weight. I'm actually currently 10 pounds off my high school weight.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Like I made That's a lot of my friends. We just hit 40, so it was their 40th birthday. And one of my friends, asked me if my waist was still smaller than his girlfriend's, and I told him more than likely.
Wow.
I had in high school I had a 26-inch waist. Right now I'm at like a 29.
Wow. Yeah.
But you still feel like you're 19?
Yeah. Except for my knees. So I got, the knee surgeries. Right. Outside of that, I'm silly enough to jump on the court with a bat. This summer actually wound up breaking a finger. Didn't even realize it. Because some young boys called me old when I was showing my son how to play basketball. And to school them, we won 5 games in a row. As they kept going, stop the old guy. But I told them, well, always prepared. I keep a pair of shorts underneath my pants at all times, like I'm still 10 years old, thanks to my coach Herc, and I'm always ready to play basketball. I'm always ready.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so, that is.
Yeah, I wound up breaking my finger. I didn't realize, because I went to do something and was super tender. I just thought it was a jam. But a month later, it was still super tender. I was like, oh man, you know. So, but that's just funny stuff that happens when you age and your body doesn't, or at least your mind doesn't. So,
Hmm.
like I have a 21-year-old son. He can't catch me. My kids hate playing tag because you can't catch daddy. Like I'm a big kid at heart.
Well, that
My
makes all the
kid's like, I
difference.
hate playing tag with you. Like why? Like, cause you don't let us catch you. Like this tag. Like why would I let you catch me? Like catch someone else.
And they're going to catch you one
Yeah,
day.
secret of happiness. Never get old.
They
Never
Right.
get
will.
old. Keep young people around you. You know, that is. You know, keep older people around you for wisdom. Young people around you so you never get old.
Uh,
So
Right.
that's been my secret. I go get my wisdom for actually. If you teach your kids well too, you can get some great wisdom from your kids. I still remember one time I was
Absolutely.
talking to my son and I was overthinking a business process. And my son goes, Dad, you always say God has it. So why don't you just let go and let God? I looked at him, he's like, and just smiled. I was like, I love you. We went and play for the rest of the day. Screw that business. And it worked out the
Right.
next day. But, so if you teach them well, they can actually provide wisdom back for you. So, yeah,
Absolutely. That's powerful.
help. But I don't
Right.
want to stray us from some of these health tips. What else do you have for us, Liz? You got anything? You know, you can't use me as the body. I'd lead everyone astray. Meaning,
Well, I mean, my main thing is making sure, kind of just like along the lines of your youth and wisdom. If you surround yourself with people with similar goals, it's going to make it easier to reach those goals as well. Just like the accountability partner, but in a group, if you find a group of people with similar goals, they're going to help motivate you. Like the mind mastery groups and stuff. My the process that I went through, because I was so overweight. I mean, I had been working out my whole life. I swam competitively since the age of 5, but I held on to my weight. And so when I decided that I had to change something, I started just with cardio and my nutrition. I cut out some of my carbs and I started walking, and that way I could incorporate my daughter. I pushed and ran and walked with the stroller, and I started losing weight. Once I plateaued out, I started lifting weights, and um, I've never been scared of lifting weights because when I was swimming, I mean, I was in high school, I was training with the guys' basketball team just because all the swimmers were over there in the corner doing crunches and stuff, and I wanted to, I wanted to lift weights. I liked feeling like I was strong, so it's just really important to try different things and find your passion. Because had I just started back lifting weights, then I would have never been able to find the bodybuilding world and be able to start interacting with those people. Now I'm on the judges panel for North Carolina, and I mean I'm there at all the shows, and it's just like it's surrounding myself with that in that atmosphere. It just motivates me more to want to reach my goals, which, like I said, goes back to who you surround yourself. You don't want to surround yourself anytime with negativity and people that don't have aspirations and goals in life. You want to always be progressing,
man,
but not just in fitness and health, but in life in general. You don't want to. I mean, you always want to make sure that I want to be around people that are better than me, so
Yeah.
that I can lift myself up and still hopefully help them somehow, some way, improve their life as well.
yes, we all have a gift. I like that. We all have a gift. You know, my only
Yeah.
correction on that statement, my sister, is there's no one better than you. No one can ever be better than you at
Right.
being you. So there are people that may have different accomplishments. They may have different feats.
Different
They may have different
accomplishments.
resources. They may have been born with a silver spoon. All kinds of different things that just makes them different. doesn't make them better. So we can learn from people
Right.
who are further along on the journey to where we want to go. But there's always something that you have to add. Um, my mom always told me if you were in the room, you were meant to be there. Make your presence felt.
That's right.
So
That's
if you've
powerful.
ever had,
My man.
if you've
See.
ever if you've ever met me, you've never forgotten me. You
True.
know, if you've ever met me, you've never forgotten
True
me.
story.
That's
And
powerful.
because we all have a gift. We have
Yeah.
something to give. So
Right.
you know, if like you just told me some things, maybe I need to eat 5 times a day. You just gave me some. You know, so I say we all have 2 ears and one mouth. Listen intently.
For a
Yes,
reason.
listen intently so you can get great
Right.
wisdom. Because most of us just listen.
Just like you. Right. Just like your eyes are in the front of your head, not so you can keep looking back.
Mhm.
You gotta look forward, right?
Yes.
2 eyes in front. Focus.
Yeah.
That stuff is back
I
there.
always tell people move like children, right? Children, right? They they listen with their eyes and see with their ears. Let me
That's
repeat that
true.
for you. Children listen with their eyes and see with their ears. Because if you pay attention to your child, right, and you know everything you tell your child to do, they're more than likely not gonna do it unless they've seen you do it too. So if you're a smoker
Hmm.
and you tell your child while smoking a cigarette, I don't think you should ever smoke, more than likely your child's going to be a smoker based on your actions because they're listening with their eyes. They're listening with what they're seeing you do,
Or they can also have
and
the
their
other
ears
version. Yeah, they could also be another version
is
that they're
telling
so
them
against it.
to actually watch.
Hmm.
So they watch with their ears because you're telling them something, and they're saying yes, and they're computing what you're saying, and with their they're looking through those ears to what you're saying, but the full computation, because like John Assaraf says, we do not see with our eyes, we see with our brains, and our brains will only see what it's been trained to see.
Hmm.
So if we go through and pay attention fully, then we have the opportunity to really give ourselves the best win by looking looking with our ears and seeing with and listening with our eyes. Because someone who is really successful, right? They're gonna You can pay attention to their patterns. Success leaves clues. Someone that's never someone that's never did it, never really done it, they're gonna spend a whole lot of time talking to you about how they want to do it, how they're gonna do it, how they should have done it. The person that did it just gonna show you how to do it. I've
Right.
been blessed to have some great mentors. And they don't really tell me, what they did. They show me what they're doing, right now, because the past doesn't matter. The past
Exactly.
is gone. You can't get it back. No
Hmm.
matter how great you were 10 minutes ago, if you suck right now, you suck right now. Like keep it 100 with yourself. You
Right.
know, and that's the greatest thing. Like, if you're authentic with yourself, the rest of the world doesn't matter. Like, if you're unhealthy, you can say I'm unhealthy. If you're unworthy, you can say I'm unworthy and get worthy. Do some extra push-ups. Go run that extra mile. Do what it takes. Like I'm like right now it's wintertime in the north, so I'm not running. I'm not lying to nobody. I don't like cold. You're not getting me in the cold, and I don't go to the gym because I don't like being around other sweaty people. I just don't like it.
You
It's
don't
not my
like the
thing.
cold.
So right now, I'm partially out of shape, but I keep myself in a position that I can always beat you at the mile. 1 mile, give me 1 mile, and I'm gonna beat you. I may not be 100 yards. I may not catch you because I don't know if my speed will kick up by that. By that mile, I'll be looking back. You know, by that second mile, I can't. In summertime, we can go 5. I have a brother who out in Atlanta that keeps physically fit, that runs about 10 miles a day. You know, and I tell him I pat him on the back because I think that's unnecessary. I can stop at 5. I'm cool. I'm cool. Give me 5. Give me, 5. We got 5 fingers on the hand. Why gotta be 10?
That would be tough.
But everybody has to know what their own goals are too. You know, just because someone's physically fit for them, that doesn't mean that's physically fit for you. You know, you may be cool in your space. Like, only thing I'm missing right now, I'm right off of my 6-pack. You can almost see it. If I hold my breath in, you can see it. But or when you exhale real heavy, then you get that extended 6-pack.
Right.
But it's not naturally there. But yeah, that's the one lesson I would give everyone. Spend more time listening with your eyes.
Wow, guys.
That's what that's what all children do. No child is listening to what you're saying.
Yeah, they're sponges. They're real. Can you hear me, Pass?
Kids are going to be jerks.
Can you hear me, Liz?
How much you tell them to be good people? Yes. I want you to be a good person.
I don't think Pass can hear me.
I have a great friend.
Right.
He curses all day long. His kids, he tells his kids they can't curse. So they're creative with how they do it. Since they can't say effing, they say friggin'. But they say frigging all day long. This frigging this frigging that. It was so funny to the point where I walked to the house the other day, see the kids, and the 3-year-old goes, "Pass, you're the friggin'." And we laugh because he don't know what that is. But that was, it's an example of, the children listening with their eyes.
Right.
So, as a great trainer, you get to show them because, you had the pictures of your success,
right.
And you're continually working at it. You don't want to be physically trained by Pass.
That's the other thing, is that you want to make sure that you're in touch with yourself as well, because just because you see a bunch of people around you lifting weights and maybe people competing and doing bodybuilding doesn't mean that has to be your goal. Because if your goal is not specific to you and what you really desire rather than what you see, then it's not going to be attainable. Not because you can't do it, but because you really don't want it. You're just going based off on what's around you.
Yes. See, I was blessed when I was going through my phase of having to gain weight. I lived with 4 football players who loved lifting weights. And I thought it was so obnoxious. So you could, you couldn't convince me that was the right way to do it, because I was still more agile, I still was stronger than most of them, and they lift weights all day.
Yeah, there's nothing to do with has nothing to do with lifting weights.
I'd rather, like I said, like they would get mad when I put one of them 200-pound boys on my back and do a push-up with them.
Yeah.
I'm like, I do this. Like I just don't wanna. I didn't like the calluses on my hands or none of that stuff. I used to have pride, for real. Like I had pride that I had my hands was baby soft. That was part of my Mac move back then. When you laugh at the things that you do. Yeah, that was part of my back move. Yeah, like I had baby soft skin hands. I didn't lift weights. I kept them. I don't do manual labor. I was allergic to that. I can think my way through it. Like somebody else.
Right.
I can think my way through it. So what else gonna do it?
There you go.
Yeah. You don't want me to build anything actually. Except for your company.
Fall apart.
Yeah, you don't want me to build anything but your company. You do not want me to build anything with my hands. Oh my God. Like I built this bookshelf and it's still leaning. Like it was broken from the time I put it up. Like it was broke because I did it. I got 2 left thumbs.
The thing is that you know this, so you know where your strengths are and you know what to act on.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a big John Assaraf fan, who's from the movie The Secret. If you can pick up any of his books or ever listen to any of his videos, I definitely recommend it. And one of the other things that he says is, work your strengths, hide your weaknesses. Keep people around you who have fun at the things you hate. So if lifting weights was going to be what I was supposed to do, I'm going to call you. I'm going to call you, Liz. I'm going to call you. because I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Like, you know, but you got to know what you actually enjoy. You know,
Right.
and once you can define that, it's okay. Like I enjoy doing pull-ups. You know, I enjoy somebody feeling like they're super strong and they can outdo me on the pull-up bar, and then I make them scream uncle.
Show them up.
Yeah, I make them scream uncle. You know,
Right.
because you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But see, you shouldn't have to compete in everywhere, but I'm ultra competitive on the pull-up bar. Yeah,
Ah.
so
Relate. That's how I am in the weight room. So I can completely relate.
yeah, it's part
But
of.
the good thing is that you have both sides because you're so incredibly helpful as well. So you compete when it's fun and you help when it's necessary. Not even necessary. You're just very, very helpful and willing to collaborate, which is very respectful.
Oh, I appreciate the love. Oh, my mentor Bernie Dorman says competition is the devil's first name. Um,
For
so,
sure.
um, so when it comes to, that's why corrected you on being the best. No one can be better than being you. So it's not even collaborating. We're all connected. So it's just really finding our connection. When we're in a sports arena or we're in a competition with chess or anything like that, that's different. You have to know when to separate yourself from those things. Like I was blessed because I competed at playing basketball at an ultra high level since I was 10 years old. I grew up playing against a Harlem Legends son, who wound up being the best basketball player in the country. So he would beat me every day, and that was no problem because I beat the rest of you. So you got to understand where you are. Like, yeah, they're like, yeah, he just dominated you. I'm like, yeah, but I'm about to embarrass you for that one. Why'd you even mention it? So it's in, it's important to be able to separate when competition is good. I teach my children that too. To understand that it's okay to want to be the best, but you want to be the best you, not the best anything else. So sometimes there may be somebody who knows math better than you. There may be somebody who knows spelling better than you. But if you bring your gift to the table, y'all can both progress. You know, I was blessed because too I was raised by women, so I think that's also why I'm so loving. Um, and I went through my phase as you go through your Mac Daddy, Pimp Daddy, womanizer phase in life early. And it made me understand that you know coming together, no matter whether it's male or female, whether it's man and man, coming together is always so much stronger. Like the teams that I won, like we won a national championship and then won an international championship. So my name was in the paper before I was 13 years old. You know, and I couldn't do it by myself, being part of a team. You know, so even no matter what you're doing, you're gonna need a team. You're gonna need at least one accountability partner. And you're gonna need a coach. You know, because Michael Jordan didn't win not one championship without Phil Jackson.
Right.
you know, Everyone needs a coach. You know, and if your coach doesn't have a coach, fire your coach for real. They may
Right.
not have to have. They don't have to have a fitness coach if they're in fitness, but they need to have someone that's helping them build their mindset greater than their current place.
Right.
So if your coach doesn't have a coach, fire your coach immediately because your coach is detrimental. They already feel like they know too much. You know, I know the greatest thing in the world is I don't know anything, and I still know more than most. I don't know anything. I go into every situation looking to learn. Whether it's reading a book, whether it's in a relationship, you know, there's a lesson in all things because the lesson is in the blessing.
Right.
You know, so yeah. So what you got for me? I got some more. See, now I'm
Well,
ready to
can you hear
shake
me,
around.
Pass?
See, I'm,
Pass?
I'm up. I'm up. What else can you do for our bodies, Liz? Do you focus more on mindset before you get to the body? Do you?
Absolutely. The process that I take is mindset, and then I go to nutrition, and then I go to fitness because without the mindset, you can't do anything. And then once you have the right mindset, you know your goals, you know that you can do it, then we tackle the nutrition, because the nutrition, you cannot outwork a bad diet. You can't. I mean, if you're eating donuts all day and you go to the gym for an hour or two, you're still going to look the same. It's just generally how it works. Unless, of course, there's a pet situation, and then that's another thing that we'll address. But if you are in the gym trying to lose weight, you need to make sure that your nutrition is on point. That doesn't mean that you completely give up anything ever, like we were talking about. But that does mean you need to be aware of what you're putting in your body, because your body is going to react to what's inside of it. Granted, you can burn some calories doing some cardio, lifting some weights, you can gain some muscle. But if you're feeding it junk, it's going to feel and look like junk. And the most important thing is knowing that if you feel like junk, you're not going to want to do anything else.
Mm-mm.
And it's amazing once you get people on their nutrition for like a week or two and they're like, oh my gosh, I really want an ice cream sundae, or I really want this massive cheeseburger and fries. And they go and eat it and they're like, oh my gosh, I feel like crap.
Well,
Good job,
I don't
girl.
eat red meat or pork. I haven't eaten red meat or pork in over 21 years. See, I do have some little things that I do that I think also keep me slim. Like, I had a candy fetish, a real bad candy fetish, where I woke up with Sour Patch Kids in my mouth.
Ouch.
You know, and one year I ate all of my kids' Easter basket and didn't realize it, you know, because you don't eat it all at one sitting. You're just going in there, you know, and you eat all the candy. And I went to get some candy out the Easter basket, and I got mad at my son for eating candy. And he said, Dad, I couldn't reach the candy even if you wanted me to. He showed me the step stool. He's like, you put it back too far. So that meant I ate the candy. So the next day I gave up candy. I haven't eaten candy in almost 3 years.
Wow. Good job.
Easter would be, the week after Easter would be 3 years since I've eaten candy.
And how do you feel?
I feel amazing. Like, you know, because I no longer have to wake up and need that sugar rush. So I don't have those things. Like, I started drinking more water and doing things that I wasn't doing, because I used to wake up with, you know, like I said, candy in my mouth and one of those strawberry lemonades from Arizona.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Yeah, those are strong.
All the worst kinds of sugars. All the worst kinds.
Yeah, only about a cup full of sugar.
Your body drained, so you got to keep more and more of those kinds of sugars in your body. So, you know, yeah, you start to learn some things when you start hanging around good people. You know, even the things that you don't pay attention to, you can make minor adjustments in your lifestyle by just paying attention. You know, like I said, you know, just truly.
Yeah, sugar is definitely one of the hardest things. It's like crack. It really is.
I would always say that sugar's like crack.
It is, and once you're on it, you feel like you always need it.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a 20-year struggle for me.
Yeah, a lot of it's mental, but that sugar is no joke.
Yeah, I was
trying
terrible.
To tell you.
And that's, I'm telling you, I was terrible. I mean, honey buns.
Oh.
You know, not the good ones either. You go get the most processed ones in the store.
25-cent ones.
Yeah.
I was the worst. And then I would have my wife make me this caramel pecan cake, which was just all brown sugar and molasses. And I would eat one of those by myself like once a week. Like you couldn't even have a slice of my cake. She would have to make a second cake for you to have a slice.
Right.
Like, it was terrible. Sugar is the most addicting thing. Like, I think sugar is worse than crack.
It is. Well, some studies have said that it is.
Yeah.
Some studies, yeah. There is studies out there.
I'm so glad to say, you know, I still do snack sometimes, but not like I used to.
I mean, that's good though, because now you know you have it under control, and just having it every once in a while is not detrimental to you.
So what about coffee?
Oh no, I'll eat me a cake in
Coffee,
a minute.
Huh?
I'll eat me a cake in a minute, but now it got to be homemade. Like no processed stuff. Like I'll go eat me some homemade cake in a minute.
Right.
But I got to know to cook too, because if your kitchen dirty, I can't eat no food.
No way.
If your kitchen dirty, I hope you got a dog, because they're gonna be eating the food.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna
coffee. Just as long as you don't put a bunch of sugar and creamer in it, then it's no.
So I've never liked coffee.
You're coffee free?
Yeah, I never liked coffee. That wasn't my thing. I'm a tea guy. Like
I do.
But I'm different. So please, everyone who's watching this,
just in case you didn't know,
a public
service announcement.
I'm definitely different. So I have very weird taste. I don't like tea. If I'm gonna drink beer, I prefer dark beer like a Yangling or.
I do too, actually.
I'm not really into the same things that most people are.
Yeah.
So when you're having a conversation with me, more than likely we're gonna go left.
Just our weirdness.
Yeah, that's also part of the secret happiness. Know who you are. We're gonna go left every time. If you're coming to talk and you want to talk about things that's non-progressive, we're gonna have like a 2-second conversation.
Yeah, who wants it?
I don't want to hear it. Like I hung up on my brother today for going backwards. Like no problem.
Yeah, we get hung up on people.
You can get it too.
Yeah.
Click. Yeah. No, you must control what goes into your mind. Doesn't matter who it's coming from.
You must control what goes into your mind. So
other bad habits that you're used to doing.
So competition.
That poisons to take over. So then you'll find yourself smoking more if you're a smoker, eating candy more if you're a candy eater, stuffing your face with all kinds of junk food if that's what your poison is. We all have a poison that we accept, based on the people that we keep around us. So to avoid going back into those bad habits and poisoning yourself, you have to free your mind of some people and sometimes some thoughts. I'm one of the very few people that's allowed to hang up on my mother. I don't care who you are. You're not hanging up on my mom. But she already know when she start going left and start complaining about her brothers, she got about 2 seconds to change the conversation before she no longer hears me on that line. Because everybody gets a warning.
Right.
Once you define who you are and what you want, anyone who violates that has to be removed. They don't have to be removed permanently, but at least for a time being, so that you can protect your core.
And just as long as they get that warning, that's fair game.
Yeah. Everyone deserves a warning.
Right.
I tell everybody you get one strike. Not 2, 3, you get one. Like, once I tell you, if you don't want to do something about it, then I'm going to remove you or I'm going to remove me. Either way, I won't be there the next time. Because that means you don't respect, right? And you don't respect what I just said. So if you don't respect, there's no love without respect. So what I told you out of love for myself and what I want. And if that's not good enough for you, then goodbye.
I want to pass. Are you there? Can I ask a question?
Because for every person that you get rid of, right, God will replace them with somebody equal to or greater than. Don't be afraid to let somebody leave in love and return in love. You don't have to be mean about it. And say, I appreciate your time on this journey, but your time has now come to an end. We're going on different paths, and let them go.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. So what else you got for us, Liz?
Paz, can you hear him?
Paz, can you hear me?
I can't hear Robert. No. What else do you have for us, Liz? Keep us fit.
That's amazing.
Robert had a question. Let's see. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, I can hear you, Liz. Fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So pass.
I'll tell him.
Okay. competition. So what is
What was he
competition?
saying?
Competition isn't about the other person.
The
The
question. I
competition
don't
lies
see the
within
question.
it lies inside your mind.
Competition isn't about the other person. Competition lies within the person's mind.
Love that one. True.
Well, love it. What is it?
I don't compete with you. I compete with me every day.
Ah, okay.
I compete to be better than I was yesterday.
So
Okay.
not competing with other people, but making sure that you're the best you that you've brought to the world ever each day. Yeah?
Yes.
Making sure you're always better than you were yesterday. Just like when I get on stage, when I'm getting ready for a show, and some of the other people that I know that compete have said, you never know who's going to show up on stage. The number one priority is to make sure that you come and you bring your best package yet. Because granted, you want to win and you want to beat everybody else that's on stage, but you have no other option but to beat yourself from the previous time you were on stage.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't do that, then you might as well sit down. Stay at home.
It's not about the other guy.
It's not about the other guy until it's time to get the trophy. But when you're trying to, in life, all in general, it's not about them, right?
No.
Because like Taz was saying, that's my team. That's my brother. That's the one that we're working together. I help you. You help me. You're better in this area. I'm better in this area. We collaborate. We do our stuff together, and we become even greater.
Absolutely.
So if I'm bringing the best me, and he's bringing the best him, and you're bringing the best you, dude, we're getting ready to break down some walls
every day.
World.
Absolutely.
Because and plus everybody has a day that they're struggling, has a day that they need to be uplifted. And when you surround yourself with those people, whether it's in the gym, whether it's in the kitchen, or whether it's just mentality, you have people that know where you are in your abilities and can help lift you up anytime.
Mm-hmm.
That's why for
amazing.
me, especially in the past few months, I've been like, whoa, I haven't experienced that for a long time. But being like going to CEO space, talking to people like Paz, it's like, holy cow.
Mm-hmm.
It's life changing.
Mm-hmm. And
they don't even know what they're doing. Like they're just being them.
But they don't have to. And it's the
Go ahead, Robert.
Yeah, it's really about the way the person just shows up and shows that soul through that conversation. That the words. So 99% of us it's hidden. It's only 1% that we actually communicate on the outside, that people really can see the rest of who you are.
Amen to that. The greatest thing that I've said in this journey, right, is that you get to understand who you are by seeing the love in others. You know, most of us spend so much time talking about what they don't have, who's not loving them, that you don't see the love that others have to give you. You know, and when you focus on that love, you'll find that doors open so much quicker, faster. You know, people really want to love you, but you have to give them something to love. You know, that's why I say the first thing you should always ask. You know, you can say it in any way that you choose, but how may I serve you? How may I help?
Right.
It's your first question. You know, that's your.
Like today, I was listening to something, and
that was good.
You can't. Nobody can fill you up if your cup is already full. So if you're not giving out and you're just keeping everything for yourself, you can't get better because you can't get anything else from anybody else because you already think that you know it all. There's no way to improve when you're holding on tight to everything you already have. If you keep giving, the world is going to refill your cup.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're open to it. But when you're filled to the rim and you're not pouring out, nobody can pour in.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. That is so true.
Good one, Liz.
You know, people always want to give if you want to give. You know, one of the quotes from my book is a helping hand is never afraid to ask for another helping hand. You know, and if you're always helping, you can always ask for more help. You
So
know,
it's always a good thing to always ask questions, ask for help, and keep asking. Even ask.
yeah.
Right.
See, but a lot of times, right? And this is what I've learned: when you're in motion, you don't always have to ask for help. Help normally comes to volunteer itself. You know, you know, when I everything that I've done over the last year since being in tune with who I truly am
Mm-hmm.
has come from someone volunteering their
Right.
services. Um, even putting out the book was a birthday present from one of my friends at CEO Space. You know, I was self-publishing. You know, and they came for my birthday, for my 40th birthday. They introduced me to their publisher,
Mm.
and I'm you know, book published. Bang, no more worried about that bill. Uh, just everything comes from the motion of love. You know, like we say, emotions, right? Emotions is energy in motion. So if you keep loving,
Mhm.
that means you're moving. If you're moving in love, then love has to come.
Absolutely.
Now you
And
think
it's
about it,
so
right?
amazing to watch it.
Yeah, you get to enjoy this
So
ride.
it's like,
You really do.
yes. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, like I think about it, like if you'd have told me like 2 years ago, right, that I would be managing someone like Les Brown's son, that I would be, you know, I'd have partnerships with the people that I have partnerships with. You know, not only would I tell you was lying, I would tell you get out of my face with that. You know,
Right. Don't come to me with that
yeah, like
baloney.
that wasn't even where my head was at. But once you actually come in tune with who you are and the gift that you present,
Oh, my hair.
everywhere you
Oh
go,
my God, Peaches!
Hi, guys.
hello, hello.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey.
Hey, hey. How's
This is
Peaches
my
doing
first
today?
time in the lab.
It is.
Yes,
I am really glad that you're here. You're
thank
good.
you. Yes, I'm sorry.
And you have written some books.
Well, I'm self-publishing my first book. It isn't out yet. It's called From Section 8 to Self-Sufficiency, which is my story of how starting an e-commerce business changed my life and my income.
Did it make you happy?
Yes, it made me happy in the beginning. After a while, it was like, oh, I'm tired of this.
So how long did it take you to write that?
I'm still in the process. My book will actually be released on April 16th. I should be completed with the book this month. We're going to release the cover this month and start pre-orders.
Awesome. Awesome. Well,
Excellent.
today Liz is talking about fitness. And and she is talking about the discipline behind the fitness and where we get to see yourself with fitness goals and achieving them. Where do you think that lays with you, and how you could help people here?
Are you talking about fitness goals?
Yeah, but goals in general, but fitness goals is a big one.
Because fitness goals are hard. As you can see, I'm kind of, on the chunky side. Because
Liz loved to take care of you.
when it comes to working out, it's not something that I'm passionate about. You know how people say, oh, working out, like my boyfriend, he always says working out clears your mind and it gives you great ideas. And not for me. When I work out, I don't enjoy it. I just like to look cute,
So cute means what to you? Cute.
Cute to me when working out means, the matching, working out outfits, the cute shoes. That's fun. That's like a reason to work out. Like when you put on your workout clothes and you see how cute you look in them, and people go to tooting their horn at you while you jogging down the street.
Well, would that be something? would that be something that would lead to like the cuteness of putting on those outfits? Would that help you? Would be a goal for you to achieve that you would want a certain outfit that you'd want to fit into? Would that be something like an achievement or a goal?
I think for me, what I would want, a workout goal for me would be, to get my figure back, my figure before kids back, so I can get those humps and those whistles when I walk down the street or when I'm walking in the store, like back.
That would be a goal.
I think that's definitely something Liz could help you with. Liz is someone who started out being over 300 pounds down to now. Now competing. Great, and it's, but like we were just talking about that, in business and in life, it's all about mind, body, and soul. Mm-hmm. So you have to take care, of the body if you want everything to fall in place. You can't just read books and not execute.
Right.
You can't,
but exercising isn't fun. in my business, we don't really encourage exercise. We encourage, twerking as a form of exercise, like dance, but not just straight up exercise. And it's not fun, the idea of it.
I'm gonna need you to not make that face. Hold on.
Peaches, you walked into this.
Do you have a friend or somebody that would love to go dancing with you?
Sorry, Liz, my son is yelling, so I didn't really hear you.
That's okay. Do you have a friend or somebody that would love to go
twerk.
Like, you?
We would go twerking together. I mean, we do twerk. Okay, I twerk all the time. It's fun. I don't do it enough. I need to do it more.
How many days a week do you?
I twerk randomly. Like I might be in the shower twerking or something. Twerking is very fun.
See, it is fun. It is fun. Just twerk on a regular basis.
Yeah, that's what I need to do and cut out some
half the battle's
done. Peaches, it is. She's really excited about her book. You notice how she lightens up when you talk about her book and it's coming out on April 16th? That is a beautiful day. Look at that smile from ear to ear.
You see, and then when she starts talking about exercise, I
hate that my nose always gives me away. Like when I'm mad or I disapprove, I'll be like,
you disapprove or something.
Blair.
I'm on a mission.
Oh, twerking is just. But when I think about regular exercise, like the running and the doing that's not fun.
Don't think about that. Don't think about that.
What did you do to lose weight,
Liz? Think about burning calories. I just started walking and made a few small changes in my nutrition. And how long? How long did it take? I lost 50 pounds. So just twerking. I don't know how much weight you have to lose, but just twerking can potentially lead to 50 pounds. I mean, burning calories, right?
Because I want to lose weight.
Talking about. It just has to be
when you're fat, if it's not fun, how you can only see one of my ears when I look straight ahead. That's because my face is so fat. I want to be able to look straight ahead and see both.
It's not. It's not.
That's the goal.
It's because your ears don't stick out. It would no. We gotta clear this up.
It's because my cheeks are so big.
Like this. Your ears are regular flesh with your head. They're not supposed to stick out. I mean, they can if that's how God made it. That's not why.
Yes, it is. Back in the day, my ears used to show. I used to be able to look like.
Peaches, you're gorgeous. No.
Oh, oh,
You can't
oh
see
my
either one of
God.
my ears
Oh
right
my
now.
God. Oh my God. Oh, I
Oh,
needed that one, Peaches. Oh, I love you for that one. Oh
Just like
man,
how
I
you got
love
when
you
you
for
gain
that.
weight, when you take pictures, you gotta hold your neck. Slim, like this a normal picture. You can tell I'm fat if I do this.
Yes,
no.
right. I know. Straighten it out and take it
No,
from
I'm
the
skinny.
top. You gotta take it over
Yeah.
the headshot.
You already are.
No, but
Oh, that was fun.
Oh man, that's like being short. I'm short, so I always take all my
really? How
videos
tall
at a
are
certain
you?
angle, so you can't tell how tall I am until you meet me.
What's short? What's short? 5'1"?
He set himself up. You're not that short.
Nah, I ain't that short.
No.
I'm short for a man size. Like,
6'10".
I walk in the room. Yeah, like I'm little, so I take all my angles like this. So you be thinking like I'm tall. You're like, hold on, But then when you see him, like, oh, hold on, you're that little guy.
Oh wow.
Wow, Peaches, that is
Talking about?
what were we talking about?
Yeah, what all were you talking about?
We're talking about fitness, and we're talking about goal setting and fitness. And then you came on the panel, Peaches, and talked about them. It was perfect. You writing a book, and it's coming out in April 16th. And then we were talking about fitness, and that's how it came into play. You were just amazing. It was just great the way you came on the panel. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Totally.
Well, we just passed the top of the hour, and I think we should do what we normally do, laugh our way off, and invite everyone back to the Secret of Happiness next week, 2:00.
Bye-bye. Thank you. 2:00 next week, next Wednesday. Bye-bye, everybody.
It's snowing, Paz. You see?
No, don't wish that on me. That means if it's snowing there, it'll be snowing here tomorrow. That means we get snow tomorrow.
Yes,
Gotta get out of
wait
here.
for it. It's on its way.
Don't worry, gotta get out of here. I'm going south.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.